If you struggle with chronic lower back pain that never seems to go away no matter what you do, there's a recently published research article that you absolutely need to know about. In this article, which was just published in March of this year, the researchers did an in-depth review of all of the literature on the subject of low back pain, posture, and sitting time. In total, they looked at 22 different studies on the subject with over 7,800 participants. And what these researchers found is that it's actually a few key aspects of sitting that are directly linked to lower back pain. And those deal primarily with how active you are while you're sitting, the position that you're in while you're sitting, and how much time you spend sitting. But because people nowadays are regularly spending 10 to 15 hours a day in this position, what I want to do in this video is show you 3 simple strategies that you can use to offset each of these things so that you can reduce your pain and lessen the damage caused by sitting. Strategy number 1 is to activate your anti-sitting muscles. Multiple studies have demonstrated that the muscles in your back become rigid and can stiffen by over 16% after just 4.5 hours of sitting. It's thought that staying in one position for an extended period of time reduces blood flow and oxygenation into those tissues, allows for a buildup of pro-inflammatory metabolic waste, and may even cause physical changes inside of the muscle fibers themselves that interferes with that tissue's ability to stretch out and elongate. And all of that can be prevented simply by contracting those muscles through a short range of motion several times throughout the day. And one of the easiest and most convenient ways of doing that is to scoot forward in your chair or whatever you're sitting on, and then take a wide stance about 1.5 times the width of your hips. Make sure that your feet are angled outward just slightly and flat on the floor. From there, take a nice tall upright posture. Make sure that you got a good curve in your lower back. And then I like to bring my arms into a position like this, almost like a skydiving position, where the forearm is parallel with the torso. Tuck the chin lightly, brace the core, and then begin tilting forward only at the hips. So you'll notice that that curve stays present in my lower back as I tilt forward, and I maintain that chin tuck. And you're gonna go forward only as far as you can comfortably go. Shouldn't have any pain at all, just some tension in those lower back muscles and in the muscles around your hips. And then you're gonna hold for 20 to 60 seconds continuously. And it becomes quite a challenge to hold this position if you've really tilted forward as far as you can comfortably go. Once the time is up, take a deep breath in through your nose, slowly come back to your starting position and rest. Even though this can be a very challenging exercise, there are some simple ways that you can modify it to make the level of difficulty more appropriate for you. The first is with the amount of time that you hold the forward lean. So obviously, the longer you hold the position, the more challenging it becomes. When you're first starting out, you might aim for just 10 or 20 seconds in the position. Eventually, you want to slowly work yourself up to the point where you can hold for 45 to 60 seconds continuously. The second way to modify the difficulty of this exercise is with how far you forward lean. The further you come forward, the more demanding the exercise becomes. But I want to point out that you should never lean so far forward that it causes you any discomfort. If you find discomfort as you're forward leaning, back off a little bit and see if you can find an amount of forward lean that still challenges you but doesn't cause any pain. Slowly over time, you can try to work yourself up to progressively deeper amounts of forward lean, making sure that you never compromise the amount of curvature in your lower back. And then the final way to modify the difficulty of this exercise is with your arm position. The higher you put the arms, the harder the exercise becomes. So this is kind of like an intermediate position. A beginner position would be with the arms out to the sides like this, which makes the exercise much, much easier. And then the advanced position is arms straight up in front of you and coming out like this, which is very, very challenging. Strategy number 2 is to increase activity levels while you're sitting. In this study, the researchers closely measured muscular activation and energy expenditure while people were seated on different surfaces. And what they found was that there was a significant increase in muscular activity when people were sitting on an exercise ball, which translated into those people burning an extra 100 calories over the course of their workday. Now that might not sound like much, but it's equivalent to taking a 30-minute walk at a moderate pace, and you can get all that every single day simply by switching out what you sit on while you're at work. If you're going to use an exercise ball for a chair, there are a few important things to keep in mind. Number one, you need to make sure that you position your rear end in the right spot on the ball. And what you should be aiming for is the front 1/3 of the exercise ball, because when you get up there, it tilts your hips forward a little bit, which encourages the normal curve in your lower back and helps get you into a nice postural alignment. Conversely, if you scoot to the back of the ball, your hips tilt backwards, which pulls the normal curve out of your lower back. It rounds the spine, which increases pressure on your lumbar discs and causes significant postural deterioration. So make sure that you're up at the front. Second, where you position your feet is really important. The wider your feet are, the more stable you become, and so the less muscular activation you get. So it's less of a workout when your feet are wide. The narrower you put your feet, the more muscular activation you're going to get, but you become way less stable. So if you've got balance issues, you're going to want to start with feet wider. If you want to get a really good workout in your legs and your postural muscles, keep those feet narrow. Another really good option for increasing activity levels while sitting is to use a kneeling chair like this one for some of the hours that you sit each day. In this study, the researchers did x-rays on a group of people in several different sitting positions. And what they found was that for maintaining the normal spinal curve and reducing pressure on the lumbar discs, a kneeling chair was far and away the best option for sitting. In addition to increasing muscular activation, kneeling chairs also automatically improve your posture and train you to be in the best possible position to resist the downward pull of gravity. Because if you don't do those things when you're in a chair like this, you fall out of the chair. Strategy number 3 is to make sure that you're getting your hips and spine back into their neutral position at regular intervals throughout the day. In this study, researchers found that getting office workers up out of their chairs for just an hour a day was enough to slash the incidence of neck and back pain by over 50%. In addition to that, the majority of the people in this study reported feeling more focused, more productive, more comfortable, and more energized. And the easiest way to take advantage of all of these benefits is to get yourself one of these inexpensive standing desk converters that goes right on top of your existing desk, and then set a reminder on your device, and when it goes off, just grab the handle, come up to a standing position, and keep right on working. And the best part about this strategy is that it doesn't take a lot of time or effort to get some really big results. In fact, in the study that I mentioned earlier, the people achieved those massive reductions in pain simply by standing for 8 to 10 minutes each hour over the course of their workday. If you're looking for everything there is to know about using an exercise ball for a chair, click the link here. And if you want to know more about kneeling chairs, click the link here. If you're looking for recommendations for any of the products that I mentioned in this video, I'll put links for those in the description down below. Beyond that, I just want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button before you head out of here, and I'll see you next time.